Hey everybody, this is J-Rod here. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the top 10 rumors about the Nintendo Switch. I bet you're wondering though why I have these glasses. Well, I'm going to wear these glasses when I'm nerding out on Nintendo stuff. But they aren't really glasses though, they're those 3D glasses you get at the theater. Aw, come on, I like to wear them. Anyways, let's move on to the top 10 rumors about the Nintendo Switch. At number 10, we're talking about Unity. No, not this kind of Unity. We're talking about this kind of Unity. The kind of Unity that will bring all gaming audiences together, old and young, and different types like PlayStation gamers, Xbox gamers, Nintendo gamers. Everyone will want to play this console. And number 9 on my list, Nintendo Switch is both stronger than the Xbox One and the PS4. According to Looper.com, both the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 use AMD Jaguar 8-core CPUs and have AMD GPUs which are comparable to the Radeon 7000 series, with 8GB of DDR RAM. While we don't know the specifics of the Tegra chip or the amount of RAM in the Switch, the most recent version of the Tegra, the X1, has a 4-core 64-bit CPU and a massive 256-core GPU, which is based on the new Maxwell architecture and claims to have unbeatable 4K video capabilities. We've already seen Skyrim being played in the trailer, and if the custom Switch Tegra chip is anything like the X1, it's rumored that it will be the X2. The Switch will indeed be able to compete, if not beat, the performance and graphics of Xbox One and PS4. Whew, that was a mouthful. Anyways, coming in at number 8, Joy-Con controllers will have motion sensing and rumble. Having the motion control, it'll make it just like the Wii Remote. Having this option will allow us to extend our range of play. While having this option isn't necessary, it'll make it all the more enticing for gamers. Say what you may about the Wii U, but I think it's a great idea. Coming in at number 7, the custom NVIDIA GPU chip. While I already mentioned this before, having a custom Tegra GPU chip will make it all the more unique. This chip might just attract those gamers that are all about power. To me, power doesn't mean anything unless you have a good library of games. Like the 3DS doesn't have a lot of power, but it has a lot of good games, which makes it a good console. The biggest thing I want to see in the Switch is a lot of good games. Moving on to number 6, the Nintendo Switch will have VR capabilities. When asked about the VR capabilities for the Switch, the president of Nintendo, Tatsumi Kimishima, had this to say. If you asked as if the Switch having VR capabilities might be possible in the future, certainly we can't say no, Kimishima said. In terms of how it can be used for gaming, it's something we must consider. It depends on the system's specifications. I can't say that we have no interest in VR because VR offers new ways of playing, but that depends on what kind of software can be played. But what kind of software works, that's only something you only know once you actually experience it. And our games are ones that are usually played for a long time. If so, it'll bring another great way to play games on the Nintendo Switch. It'll also be the only home console that has VR on the go. Let's just hope it doesn't turn out like the Virtual Boy. While I'm waiting for the VR from Nintendo, I already got my own VR setup. And at number 5, the screen on the Nintendo Switch will be multi-touch. If this is true, it'll be the first Nintendo console to use multi-touch screen. Most, if not all people, are used to using multi-touch screens, so this would be a great move for Nintendo. It'll also expand the amount of things that we could do with the Nintendo Switch. Having touchscreen capabilities will allow games from the App Store to move over. Sorry Apple, but Nintendo is taking your games too. Coming in at number 4, the Switch will be region-free. This means that you could buy something in one country and use it in another. For Nintendo, though, it means that you cannot make purchases in another country that isn't from where the device was bought from. Oftentimes, that's why people buy hard copies of games, because they can bring it to one country and then another country and still be able to use it. This is usually a problem for me when I want to make a purchase while on vacation out of the country. Come on, Nintendo, let's just make things less confusing. And at number 3, the Switch has a built-in projector. While this idea may be a little far-fetched, it still seems like a very cool idea. In the picture, you could see a guy holding a baseball and throwing it into the screen, starting at A and then at B. Although this seems like a cool feature, I don't really see a whole lot of games integrating this feature. I don't know, maybe they'll make another Wii Sports Club or something. Coming in at number 2, the Nintendo Switch will cost $250. This would be an amazing price for the Switch to sell at, because the Wii originally sold at $250, and you know how that went. Roughly, Nintendo sold 101.63 million units. $250 would be the sweet selling point for the Nintendo Switch. People wouldn't want to pass up a console that is costing $250. I mean, come on, this guy likes it. I mean, just look at the price of this PlayStation 4 Pro. And the Xbox One S, a little bit better, but still, ouch. I mean, what would you rather buy? Something that costs $400? Or something at $250. You make your pick. Number 1 on my list, the dock increases hardware performance. According to Laura Kate Dale at GoNintendo.com, the system is connected to the dock by USB. The Switch's components will run at a higher clock speed to facilitate 1080p resolutions on the TV. Video and power will be transferred over USB when docked. Plugging the system into the dock will also activate a small additional fan to help with cooling. Fan is in the rear of the dock, and there is a gap in the back of the dock to allow the system's inbuilt fans to vent. Dock is lightweight and is designed to be cheap to produce. Sometime after launch, additional docks will be sold to place in differing rooms if you have multiple TVs. The January 13th reveal events will feature near retail level hardware. Each title will be locked to playing one game demo. Press will be free to take the systems to a separate area of the event to play on sofas. When returning to TVs, they will not be required to return the system to the same dock it started at. Events are held at a large number of small sessions. Each has a minimal number of press in attendance to ensure hardware is kept track of. I know some of this sounds confusing, but most of it is for the developers. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my video today. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And click that lovely subscribe button if you'd like to see more content related to Nintendo. See you guys.